Now, good morning, Northwest. The country will avert a historic default. While the Senate approved the debt ceiling bill, some members also blasted it.
The heat that we have been promising is and has arrived. Now, what could be coming with it? There we all get this out. It's all coming your way.
And why a sick woman was arrested in Western Washington for being sick. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning, and thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, June 2nd, TGIF. It's also a Wear Red Friday around here as we remember everyone deployed. Here's Mark with your first alert forecast.
All right, good morning. So we've got a sky that's really going to represent a lot of our day today. Got some clouds, got some blue sky, beautiful. It's dry, not a lot of wind. We're sitting at 52 degrees. Should warm up rather quickly today. It's going to be sun with clouds. It's going to be that warming trend we've been talking about. Really today in the upper 70s. Then we're going to be in the 80s for the weekend and then next week. The weekend looks to be mostly sunny, so I think everyone's looking forward to that. Forecast radar, it's going to be the rain that's going to be into the northern Rockies and really stopping shy of the Idaho-Washington border. So we should and will remain dry, I believe. Low 50s along the I-90 corridor all the way into Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls 49. Deer Park, you've warmed to 43. Here is our day today as we look at the next 12 hours. We're going to see sunny afternoon. Again, some clouds out there. By noon, 72 degrees. And our high today is going to be that above average 79.
Some breaking news this morning. An 80-year-old man died late last night in Grant County when he was hit by a car. According to Washington State Patrol, Jose Valencia was standing on the shoulder of Highway 17 near Warden when he jumped into the northbound lane and was hit and killed by a car. The driver will not face any charges.
And breaking news overnight, the bipartisan deal to raise the debt ceiling is now headed to the president's desk.
The Senate passed the measure just a few hours ago, a day after the bill had won support in the House. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with all the latest.
That's right. The Senate passing this deal just before midnight with 44 Democrats and 17 Republicans voting yes and preventing the nation's first ever default. After a late night on Capitol Hill, the upper chamber passing the compromise legislation called the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023 after racing through a series of amendment votes and incoming fire from some senators on the right and left. Listen to this.
People who negotiated this, I wouldn't let them buy me a car.
This debt ceiling agreement will cut programs for some of the most vulnerable people in America.
In a statement, President Biden thanks Senate leaders for quickly passing the bill and adding no one gets everything they want in a negotiation and calling the bipartisan agreement a big win for our economy and the American people. A reminder, the deal suspends the debt ceiling until January 2025, pulls back billions in COVID and IRS funding, and preserves programs including Social Security and veterans benefits. Congress managed to pass this deal just before June 5th, when Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned the U.S. could default and potentially trigger an economic crash. And the president is set to sign the bill soon and address the nation later on tonight. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thank you. After evading treatment for more than a year, a Tacoma woman with tuberculosis is now in police custody. She was detained at her home and booked into a negative pressure room here at the Pierce County Jail. Her room is set up for isolation and treatment. That's because of the risk her potentially drug-resistant tuberculosis could pose to others. It can be deadly. A judge first ordered she be detained in January of last year and issued a civil arrest warrant in March. Then, in April, he found her to be in contempt of court after refusing treatment. There is no timeline for her release.
Washington State Senator Mark Mullet announced he is running for governor. He released this campaign video highlighting his efforts in Olympia tackling issues like climate change, the state's housing crisis, and gun control. Mullet joins fellow Democrats Attorney General Bob Ferguson and Public Land Commissioner Hillary Franz, who announced their candidacy last month. Despite having its license suspended by the Department of Health, Daybreak Youth Services is keeping its doors open.
And now patients and families are trapped in the battle between these two agencies. The Department of Health says the suspension comes from a failure to cooperate in investigations related to patient safety concerns and staff misconduct. Daybreak filed a suit against the Department of Health. It included statements from patients and families saying Daybreak saved their lives and it's likely they would relapse if it shuts down. Daybreak is told to create a plan to move or discharge patients within 4 days. Daybreak representative David Smith, though, says patients won't be able to find suitable treatment somewhere else.
I think the question that I have is, why would the Department of Health manufacture an artificial crisis, cause all this disruption to the treatment of kids that are in desperate need of treatment?
The Department of Health says it's working with other facilities across the state to take in patients.
We need Daybreak to step up and cooperate with us on that patient movement.
A Thurston County Superior Judge filed a temporary restraining order. It maintains Daybreak's license is temporarily suspended. The DOH says it'll serve the order and wants to support the facility in its next steps. Well, June is Pride Month, and people in Spokane are celebrating it.
Spokane Falls Community College kicked off Pride Month by creating a space for their LGBTQ+ students and faculty. Anti-LGBTQ+ rhetoric across the country is causing some people to scale back their Pride celebrations. Local groups like Odyssey Youth Movement in Spokane offer resources to youth in the area. They hope that continuing with Pride celebrations this year will help share the message of acceptance and inclusion year-round, especially for those LGBTQ+ youth.
Just to make sure that they know that, like, A, it's okay to talk about being queer, and B, there are places for you to do that safely, and also that we want to do the work to make sure that everywhere is a space where you can do that safely, because queer youth deserve that.
Organizers at SFCC say they did have conversations about the current political climate while planning this event, but in the end say they felt supported and accepted by the college and wanted their students to feel the same. Good morning. Northwest time is 6 minutes after 6.
All right, let's kick things back over to Mark Peterson as we get ready for what's going to be a pretty warm evening.
Friday night, everybody. Here we go. 71 is a normal high. And at 9 o'clock, we're almost going to be there. Wow. So this is the back deck, the patios. I think you could really just slide into this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have a full check of the forecast coming up.
Hurricane season has begun. Coming up, predictions for this year and news of a storm brewing right now off Florida's west coast.
We're back here at the Spokane Arena previewing the Jurassic World live tour. We're going to be introducing you to one of those dinosaurs. That's coming up.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save your green!
Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center, same location and family owned since 1928. We're a full-service garden center and everything is locally grown. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for weekly deals. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center in Spokane's Perry District.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Where should I walk? Right here? Is this good?
Yeah, you can walk right there. This is your show. Do whatever you want.
You walk in.
It's Live with Kelly and Mark.
Wow, that was a nice reception.
New research suggests that French fries may be linked to depression.
No.
I experience euphoria upon eating French fries.
Euphoria.
Elation.
All the E's.
Every weekday morning.
That's right. That's right.
It all goes down on daytime's #1 talk show.
Yeah, of course that. All that.
We're sitting on a couch with the new co-host, husband and wife team.
Watch Live with Kelly and Mark, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on 4 News Now.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying our absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in North Spokane or call Ryan at 509-244-5888.
Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center, 3 generations in the same location since 1928. We have a great selection of geraniums and nonstop begonias, annuals, perennials, vegetable starts, and hanging baskets. We have it all. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center in Spokane's Perry District.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The Biden administration is hoping to get Russia to the table for nuclear arms control talks.
Earlier this year, President Vladimir Putin pulled Russia's participation from the START treaty, but the U.S. wants to draw Moscow back. A major speech Friday by U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan could push Russia toward discussions. The U.S. is also starting to withhold notifications under the treaty, such as the location of missiles and launchers. The State Department says it would reverse that action if Russia came back and complied with the treaty.
Police in Austin, Texas may have caught a serial killer. They say 62-year-old Raul Meza Jr. contacted them saying he'd killed 2 people, including his 80-year-old roommate. Authorities say he implicated himself in the 2019 murder of another woman, and they've started investigating his possible involvement in up to 10 other killings. Meza was arrested Tuesday following a 5-day manhunt. He's being held on a $1 million bond.
A tropical depression is taking shape in the Gulf of Mexico this morning on the second day of hurricane season. No watches or warnings are posted, but forecasters in Florida are watching this storm closely. It is just off Florida's west coast, where some are still recovering from being battered by Hurricane Ian last September. Forecasters say the new storm does not pose a threat to the U.S. It comes as forecasters predict a near normal hurricane season in the Atlantic this year, with a range of 12 to 17 named storms and 5 to 9 hurricanes.
All right, we're going to take a live look at that as we take a look. It's tenuous. It's just sitting right there in the coast of Florida, and you take a live look. And yeah, while it doesn't pose a threat, it expects to bring in 2 to 4 inches of rain in many areas, but it's just sitting right off the coast. Now, we look at our 10-second takeaway on this Friday morning. It's all about getting ready for more sunshine. Yeah, a little bit of cloud cover, but it's going to be a warm day today. So sunglasses, those light and light-colored layers, and 79 will be our high today.
Well, the work is done at Duncan Garden in Spokane's Manitou Park. A couple of weeks ago, we showed you volunteers planting 33,000 plants and flowers. This year's theme is bright and bold. The colors haven't burst through quite yet, but with our summer-like weather right now, it makes for a beautiful place to take a walk.
And if you are enjoying a walk through the park and need a little pick-me-up, the Park Bench Cafe is open daily from 8 in the morning to 7 at night. It features Thomas Hammer coffee, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, paninis and salads. It also has PB&J or hot dogs for the kids, or for you, but for the kids.
And tomorrow is the Friends of Manitou's annual spring plant sale. There are plenty of indoor and outdoor plants to choose from, as well as handmade home and garden decor. You can visit the Friends of Manitou online for a complete list beforehand. It runs tomorrow from 8 to 3. All sales raise funds for projects and activities that support Manitou Park. Go help them out. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:13.
Well, just about anything Michael Jordan has or wore equals big bucks. Coming up a little later in the newscast, how much a jersey he wore in a practice game is expected to sell for at auction.
And dinosaurs in Spokane. We're giving you another sneak peek at the Jurassic World Tour. We'll have another live report with what you can expect right after this break.
Your neighborhood Ace Hardware store and 4 News Now are teaming up for Father Mo's Best. Enter to win a Toro battery-powered lawnmower at your Ace Hardware store or at KXLY.com. 2 mowers will be given away June 12th and June 19th. Ace, the helpful place.
We're cranking up the RPMs for a 48-hour sales event at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane on Division Street, where today and tomorrow we're going to sell 48 rigs in 48 hours by giving you big discounts and fantastic trade-in offers. Plus, $48 down is all you need. We're even delaying all payments for 48 days, so you can get that rig you've always wanted this week for less. Today and tomorrow for 48 hours at all Cal locations.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
Held over by popular demand, the Battle of the Brands Northwest Spa Sale. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas from competing brands fighting for your business. Easy financing. Ends Sunday at Spokane's Northtown Mall. NWSpaSale.com.
The Spokane Symphony 2023-24 season is here.
music director James Lowe has put together an incredible lineup of classical favorites, fun pop concerts, and all new surprises. Spokane Symphony 2023 24-season subscriptions are available now online at SpokaneSymphony.org or call the box office at 509-624-1200.
Adventure, culture, and fine wine await you in the Lewis-Clark Valley, less than 2 hours south of Spokane. Tour some of the world's most spectacular wilderness, beauty, and wildlife in Hell's Canyon. Experience the region's rich and diverse culture and history. Savor award-winning Lewis-Clark Valley wines and delicious culinary creations from a variety of local wineries and fine dining establishments. Go to visitlewisclarkvalley.com and plan your destination getaway today.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
The Memorial Day Super Sale was so great, we just had to extend it. And with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. The more you buy,
The more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend.
check out special purchases while they last. And financing? We're talking 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Cholula Casino is now Mr. Quack Casino Hotel.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It is now 6:16. If you've ever dreamed of meeting dinosaurs or are a big Jurassic World fan, you are in luck this weekend.
The Jurassic World Tour is in Spokane, transforming the Spokane Arena into the jungles of that fictional island from the movies and giving audience members a chance to interact with life-size dinosaurs. Bronte Sorosky is live at the arena right now with what this tour is all about and how the audience will have a chance to get in on all the action.
Right, so I'm back here with Madison, and we're talking about, how immersive this experience really is for the audience. I'd love to hear about, what people can expect.
We are bringing Jurassic World right to life in front of your eyes. Speaking of that, we have a very special guest. We have the star of the show. Hello, Blue.
Oh my
Good
God.
morning.
Hi. Oh, she just ate the mic. Oh, okay.
She was fed before this, so I think she'll be pretty nice right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so Blue is one of the stars of our show. I can totally tell you when she comes onto the arena floor, the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. I bet. Hi there.
Yes, so Blue is one of our velociraptors in the show. She is part of a pack. She's the head of the pack, of course.
She doesn't bite, does she?
I don't know. I think she likes you. Yeah, I think she might like you.
Great.
And what's super fun about the show is it really is this immersive. We have seats that are right on the side of the arena floors, and so the Velociraptors truly can get this close to the fans, and you can have that once-in-a-lifetime experience.
So people are going to get this close with Blue like I am right now,
Yes, people have the opportunity to get this close.
Is it kind of like a dog, how you put your hand out? Oh, no, she didn't like that.
I don't know if she likes being called a dog.
Oh, no, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I think she's good.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being out here. Thank you, Blue, for making an appearance. I'm going to keep my hands to myself so I don't lose them. But thank you so much, and we'll be back here in a bit with more on what you can expect on this tour this weekend. But for now, I'll throw it back to you guys in the studio.
Somebody get Chris Pratt on the phone so we can...
Yeah, just come wrangle Blue.
Yeah, get Blue under control here.
Blue's adorable.
This is a big day, you guys. Big day. Obviously, the arena, which is where Bronte is this morning with the Jurassic World folks. But here, look at this.
Our own world.
It's Donut Day.
National Donut Day. And if you didn't know, it was founded by the Salvation Army in 1938. So 85 years ago, Major Ken Preet.
Right. But it actually stems from earlier, from 1917, when the Salvation Army in World War I, they sent a bunch of Salvation Army young ladies over to support the men. And so the ladies were working in the trenches, writing letters home for the wounded, and hemming clothes and all sorts of interesting stuff. But after a particular long day of gloom, long period of gloom with rain, they wanted to really cheer the men up. So they decided to make some pastries, but they didn't have much supplies around. So they actually, what they had, they just made some basically fried dough.
Wow.
Cut it in circles.
Wow. And served them in the helmets. I love how you got this whole thing.
Yes.
They made them in the helmets too, right?
Right. So they would fry them up with whatever they had, a frying pan or a helmet, And the men loved it. And so they would, the smell of donuts, it would attract the men to come up and just gave the men great hope.
So let's be very clear. Without the Salvation Army, we would not have donuts.
We would not have donuts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, and we have a big deal.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a reason Mark's standing next to you.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I thought it was to get a donut.
Yes.
That too.
So this year is the 21st anniversary of Sally's House. It's our emergency foster care placement program. So children that, when you guys show a story and the police are busting a crack house or something, and you see the police woman, she carries off the children, and then the next story is about how to grow better petunias. We forget what happened to those kids, and those kids wind up at a place like Sally's House. And so while caseworkers are working with them, these kids are living with us, and they come from horrific situations, but they're just piled on with love.
Yep.
So
they are.
I've seen it.
For 21 years we've been doing that, and Mark came over, he emceed us. He actually came and helped, raise the funds for this next remodel.
Right, for the new kitchen remodel that's coming.
Also for the, I was called the Dream Team.
The extreme, they are the Dream Team.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that too, though.
That was
good.
To meet those kids.
Oh, look how sweet is this? Some hands of
never have a bad
So the kids
day.
made this for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, and they, in their own way, they gave you this little thank you card, put their hands on there, so it's kind of nice.
Oh, that's very, very
So
sweet.
to know what those hands have been through, this is the happiest handprint they've ever put
Yes,
down.
yes, it is.
It really is. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, Mark, put that down. Now you got to go do weather.
Yeah. And we'll have some donuts.
That means you're alone with the donuts. I don't like
that. Good job.
Oh, I love that. It's an amazing place. All right, so the Pacific Northwest, also an amazing place. High pressure, sunshine, and heat that's coming in. So right now, maybe not so hot, but mild, 52 degrees. We've got Colville at 43, 44 into the Palouse. We're going to warm up to near 80. Downtown will be in the low 80s because it's a heat island, but officially we'll break into the 80s tomorrow. 52 for the overnight low. Again, that's going to be, again, one of the cooler mornings of the weekend. 50 into the Spokane Valley right now, 51. Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, you're at 51, so very consistent. Cheney at 42 degrees, so definitely cool there. We look at the satellite and radar, and we're seeing a little bit of cloud cover, but that's it. We're going to see that move through the day, coming in from the south, on the south, coming up into parts of Montana and Idaho. They're getting rain, and that's going to be the continuation. Some heavy rain into the Big Sky State and along the Idaho-Montana border, but it's staying out of our world. The Rockies are really looking at a blocker right there, keeping things out. We're going to be nearing 80 all the way into Ritzville, 82 into Moses Lake, mid-80s, Tri-Cities all the way to the LC Valley. So again, consistent warmth across the state. And then we're going to see things consistently warm up. 86 by Sunday. We're near 90 for Tuesday, Wednesday, with a chance of showers Wednesday and Thursday. Thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest on this National Donut Day. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest. So chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Shelley.
At Rosenberg Construction, we build some of the most beautiful custom homes in North Idaho.
Like our spectacular spec home, now for sale at the club at Rock Creek, Coeur d'Alene's newest private golf course filled with stunning natural beauty. Our custom homes are furnished and designed with you in mind.
For our clients looking for that unique, one-of-a-kind piece of furniture, we always recommend Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake.
From great rooms to dining rooms to master suites, Consign Furniture is sure to turn any house into a home.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Tracking the largest local wildfire.
Stay safe all fire season long on 4 News Now.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Hi, I'm Bruce Schaefer. These are my sons, Gary and John, and we built this deck. Not quite, Dad. We need 2 more of these. You better call Par. No problem. I got Andrew on speed dial.
Par Lumber's Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, Bruce, I need 2 more boards at TimberTech.
We won't settle for anything less than contractor grade.
So we get all of our building materials and supplies from PAR.
Problem solved.
PAR, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
So what are you building?
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Middensome. Seattle Seahawks star cornerback Tariq Woolen is expected to return to practice in about 4 to 6 weeks. Woolen's season. And the Denver Nuggets took down the Miami Heat in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, 104-93. Two-time MVP Nikola Jokic had a game-high 27 points for Denver. Now the Nuggets remain undefeated at home in the postseason. Miami, they will look to even the series in Game 2. Tip-off for that one's 5 o'clock Sunday, and you can watch the NBA Finals right here on 4 News Now. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Were you afraid when he approached your car?
It was just over 6 weeks ago that Texas high school cheerleader Peyton Washington was shot 3 times in a grocery store parking lot while carpooling home from practice. And this morning on GMA, she's telling her story to Michael Strahan.
Tell me what you remember.
I was actually texting and eating Twizzlers like...
You being a teenager.
Exactly. When I heard the first shot, I had turned immediately with my blanket. I didn't know where it was coming from or anything, but it being so loud that my ears were ringing, like I knew to turn and do something. We were trying to get away as fast as we could. All the other girls were screaming. I really was just telling myself to breathe. It was hard to breathe.
And you can see Michael Strahan's exclusive interview with 18-year-old Texas cheerleader Peyton Washington coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
My name is Jennifer, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I
was diagnosed with breast cancer in November of 2015. Getting a cancer diagnosis is literally like having the rug pulled out from underneath you. When I'm at Summit Cancer Centers, I feel like they're kind of part of my family in a sense. They've always had my best interests in mind, so I'm actually very hopeful for the future. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
All right, we're following the stories people are talking about here in the 4 News Now Story Tracker.
Comedian Bill Cosby facing another sexual assault lawsuit. Former Playboy model Victoria Valentino filed a civil lawsuit alleging that Cosby drugged and then raped her at a dinner party in 1969. Valentino filed the lawsuit under a new California law that gives people a 3-year window to file civil sexual assault lawsuits that would otherwise have a statute of limitations. A representative for Cosby said Valentino's claims are inconsistent and, quote, without any proof or facts.
The body of a Missouri missing ER doctor has been found a few weeks after he was reported missing. John Forsyth, last seen May 21st, and sent his fiancee a text that he'd see her soon. His family realized something was wrong when he didn't show up for work the next day. On Tuesday afternoon, a kayaker found his body in an Arkansas lake where authorities say he had an apparent gunshot wound. The 49-year-old was a father of 8 kids.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Friday, June the 2nd. TGIF, everyone. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. It's going to be great for going outside.
Oh, it is, and a lot of people outside already. Again, I-90 starting to pick up quite a bit of traffic. 51 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 52 as we look at some blue sky and some high thin clouds. 4 things you need to know. We're going to see those clouds throughout the day. We're also going to see that warming trend we've been talking about kick in today through the weekend, 80s in the weekend, and mostly sunny. Looks to be really nice. Forecast radar calls for, again, a few high thin clouds coming into eastern Washington, into north Idaho. Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of that, but rain showers along the Idaho-Montana border and into Montana if you're traveling there. Over the next 12 hours, well, sun and clouds. 79 will be our high today around the 3-4 o'clock hour. But we're going to be into the mid-70s right up through dinner time.
And at the Breaking Now desk, this morning we're getting a first look at that apartment building collapse in Davenport, Iowa. ABC obtaining new video showing the building just moments before the wall partially collapsed. You can see the wall starting to buckle with debris falling before the entire thing comes crashing down. The video ends as the collapse cuts the power line. And overnight, officials in Davenport releasing a new missing person poster with a third person. Daniel Prian, who police say along with Brandon Colvin and Ryan Hitchcock had a high probability of being home at the time of the collapse.
This apartment was also related to the area where we had the collapse in the building.
Right now, the mayor says the search of the wreckage is no longer a rescue mission, but a recovery. Family and community members say they are frustrated with the search and investigation as they process the grief of having potentially lost a loved one. Yesterday, the chief building inspector for Davenport resigned amid backlash for potential oversights that preceded the collapse. And city officials have scheduled a news conference for an update on the collapse later today. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Back here at home, this statue of Navy Ensign John Monahan at Riverside and Monroe has created a lot of controversy with groups trying to get the statue removed, saying it's offensive. Now, the city of Spokane is one step closer to finalizing a process to get that done. Later this month, City Council will vote on an ordinance clearly outlining what it'll take for people to remove city-owned property if they find it offensive. Critics say the statue of the Chewelah Native, the plaque at the base, and what's depicted on it is painful to the Pacific Island communities. The statue refers to Samoans as savage foe.
The fact that this location was picked for this statue is troubling, and the fact that it's in the middle of the street.
But Ivan Ernovitz of the Spokane Council Navy League wants the statue to stay, arguing it's part of Spokane history, even though he agrees the plaque needs to be changed.
Let's face it, at the time, it was a slur. It was not used in a friendly or neutral way at all. It was a real put down. So that does need to get changed, in my personal opinion.
The Spokane Human Rights Commission supports the ordinance, which will go before the City Council on June 26th.
The Spokane County Medical Examiner says a former Spokane deputy who once ran for sheriff died from natural causes. The Examiner says Craig Chamberlain's death was caused by hypertensive cardiovascular disease. Chamberlain died unexpectedly in late April, leaving behind 3 daughters. He worked for the Spokane County Sheriff's Office for 25 years, becoming the face of the department as the public information officer known as Deputy Craig.
Macy's and Costco say shoppers are changing what they buy, and that could be a red flag for the U.S. economy. In-store sales at Macy's sank 8.7% last quarter. Costco is also noting a shift in demand, saying some customers are switching from pricier steaks and beef to cheaper meats like pork and chicken. Costco CEO says when customers start shying away from bigger purchases like TVs or refrigerators, it can be a warning sign of a recession.
A signed jersey Michael Jordan wore in a practice round of the 1992 Olympic Games is hitting the auction block in Los Angeles. The price estimate between $400,000 and $600,000. The auction is for a worthy cause, though. All proceeds will be donated to the James R. Jordan Foundation to benefit a center for women and children's health in Nairobi, Kenya.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
All right, good morning, Northwest time. It's now 6:36.
And we got a lot of heat coming our way. Mark?
Coming off the warmest May in recorded history for Spokane since 1881. That's when they started keeping records. That heat continues. We're going to be in the 80s for the weekend and into next week. That full forecast coming your way.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Are you or someone you know blind or legally blind? Want to socialize in a completely safe environment? Introducing Day Out for the Blind Spokane, a nonprofit organization run entirely by volunteers and its blind members. Join Day Out for the Blind today and become a part of a community that offers free activities and occasional outings. All services are free to members. Don't wait, join us now. Visit us on Friday or call to learn more. Day Out for the Blind Spokane.
Held over by popular demand, the Battle of the Brands Northwest Spa Sale. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas from competing brands fighting for your business. Easy financing. Ends Sunday at Spokane's Northtown Mall. NWSpaSale.com.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe.
Where a brush fire has shut down Highway 195.
4 News Now, alerting you, delivering crucial information when and where you need it to protect your family.
Multiple fires burning right now in both Washington and Idaho.
Tell us about the state of the fire right now.
When every second counts, count on 4 News Now. On TV and on the go with the 4 News Now app. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
One of the Inland Northwest most extraordinary four-wheel beasts, the Honda SUV thrives in a diverse habitat. Equally comfortable in rugged terrain or roaming city streets at night, it can travel hundreds of miles on a small amount of fuel. Fiercely protective of its young, the Honda SUV is known by its distinctive markings, CR-V, Pilot, and Passport, and can live happily for decades in any garage or driveway. Catch one now at your Inland Northwest Honda dealer. Honda can handle it.
Jurassic World Live Tour. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Playing this weekend at Spokane Arena. Great seats still available. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com for details.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It is now 6:39. A new report from Priority Spokane found access to childcare was voted one of the top issues in Spokane.
And we recently heard from dozens of local moms who say they wait months, sometimes even years, to get their kids into daycare. And when they do get in, parents often struggle with the cost. A recent study found in Spokane County, if you have one infant and one preschooler, you'll be paying, on average, a little more than $2,000 a month. But policymakers say the childcare crisis goes beyond family finances.
Lack of investment in childcare for infants and toddlers alone costs our country $122 billion each year.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are taking notice.
We have a broken
and dysfunctional child care system. Child care, obviously, is too expensive for those who need it.
If you're struggling with the cost of daycare, one personal finance expert says you should try looking into dependent care assistance programs offered by your employer.
Programs where you can put a portion of pre-tax dollars into an account that you can then use towards childcare.
According to Priority Spokane, the other top issues in Spokane County besides daycare include providing greater access to mental health services or resources to improve public safety, expanding the tree canopy to enhance the environment, and exploring alternative housing options to deal with the housing crisis.
The rate of teenagers giving birth has fallen to a historic low, according to the CDC. Experts say the data highlights an ongoing shift in the age of those giving birth. Americans in their mid-30s and 40s are having more babies. Plus, there's been an upward trend among those in the age group of 40 to 44 having babies. That's been happening since 1985.
All right, good morning. 10-second takeaway on your screen. Going to be sunny, and it's going to be mild start and not a bad finish. We're going to have temperatures in the upper 70s, so light layers, the sunglasses. There will be a little cloud cover. 79, the high today.
The sun angle is high, and dermatologists say that means it's time to slather on the sunscreen. The most popular form of sunscreens have chemical ingredients that absorb UV rays. But according to the National Ocean Service, those chemicals get into our environment when we swim and shower.
Some of the ingredients may be absorbed into your bloodstream, and the research is inconclusive on whether or not that actually has a harmful effect. There's also research about whether or not chemical sunscreens are bad for our environment, particularly our water supply and marine life.
States like Hawaii and countries like Aruba and Palau all have laws banning some of the ingredients in chemical sunscreens because of the potential risk to coral reefs and their environment. An alternative that may be safer for you and better for the environment, mineral-based SPF, which forms a physical barrier on your skin. Good morning, Northwest time is now 6:42.
All right, let's go to Bronte Sorotsky live at the arena for Jurassic World Tour.
Yeah, well, part of previewing the Jurassic World Live Tour is seeing what goes into making these dinosaurs actually move around, and we'll show you an inside look at that coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years no interest. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Hi, this is Noda Begay III, PGA Tour member and Golf Channel broadcaster. I'm here to tell you about sponsorship opportunities for the Circling Raven Championship, the women's professional tournament presented by KXLY 4 News. It will feature more than 150 rising stars from 30 countries. For sponsors, it's an ideal way to empower youth, women, and Native Americans through the game of golf. For more information, visit cdacasino.com or call 800-523-2464. I'll see you there.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma.
1 hour, 2 hours, wake up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
Jonah here. Before you decide on an SUV, I invite you to see and drive the Volkswagen Tiguan. It's impressive and it checks all the boxes. A roomy interior, plenty of cargo space with remote power liftgate. All-wheel drive, that's important in the Northwest. Solid performance, modern infotainment system with all the high-tech choices. Check out the Tiguan at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
The Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
All right, welcome back. This weekend, you'll have a chance to experience Jurassic World firsthand.
Yeah, the Jurassic World Tour is here, transforming the Spokane Arena into, gosh, land of the giant beasts. Let's check in with Bronte Staratsky live this morning. Who you got with you there?
I don't know exactly who this one is, but I am here with Sho and Dallas to show me how to really maneuver these things. I'd love to talk about what Dallas is doing over here. It looks so realistic. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is Jeannie, our Troodon. She's our main character dinosaur. And so what Dallas is doing is they are working on animation with the dino rig. Okay. And so this is something that we use in our training process to get our Dino-Teers to learn how to maneuver and animate the dinosaurs.
Right.
And so this is sort of the mechanism that is inside of the dinosaurs. So we will be, as Dino-Teers, we'll be running around with 120 pounds on our back while doing this animation to bring the dinosaurs to life.
Yeah, I already tried the 60 pounds and that was already too much for me, so I don't know how you guys do that.
Yeah.
Can I try it out and see if I can maneuver this thing? Okay, I'm gonna hand you that real quick.
Okay, you got it. So here, if you want to put your hand right there, so that right there will open the mouth if you pull on it, and then if you turn it to the left.
This?
Yep, if you twist the whole thing.
Oh.
There you go. That gives you some tilt.
I'm a little rusty here.
No worries. Not a worry at all. And if you rotate it here, back and forth, that'll have you turn left and right. And so one of the exercises that we do to train is we'll have someone stand in front and have you train focus to see if you can track someone. So here, if we've got Dallas in front of you, see if you can keep your eyes on Dallas.
Oh, I don't know how to move anything. Okay, wait. Okay.
That's perfect. No worries.
You know what? You guys are the professionals. I'm going to let you guys do what you do best. But thank you so much for giving me an experience to do this. And yeah, this show is going on all this weekend, and we'll have more information on that later. But I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
That's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, really cool to see how they control it. All right.
It's going to be awesome there.
And also awesome, the weather this weekend, for sure.
Especially if you like it a little on the warm side. But we'll look at those blue skies.
Yeah, blue skies, a little bit of high thin clouds. We're going to see morning walks and evening walks really become very popular because we're going to have that heat during the day. Right now, temperatures relatively mild. I mean, we're sitting at 52, 49 into Ritzville, 46 into Colville. Everybody that's in Washington has a mostly clear sky and a few high thin clouds. You get along the border of Idaho and Montana, and you've got clouds and some rain showers. 79 will be our high today. 71's that average high for this time of year. So, yeah, we're going to be above average, and this is only the beginning. Tonight, temperatures down to 52, windows open, getting some of that fresh air in. It's perfect. Now, look at the difference set of Rocky Mountains make as it blocks all of this from the low that's deep into the south, pushing that monsoonal moisture up, and then we see those mountains of Montana block that, some of it getting across, but not making it into Washington. So we're going to remain dry. We are going to see those mountain showers continue through the weekend. Temperatures right now, downtown 53 degrees, also into Coeur d'Alene, 43 into Deer Park. Cheney has warmed to 49. We're going to see these temperatures for the next hour or two, and then we're going to start warming up. Forecast radar calling for a continuation of that moisture to make it into parts of Idaho, and then it dissipates. We're not going to see a lot of that work its way in. Some cloud cover, yes, but that's going to be about it, and we're going to see that through the weekend. Highs today are going to be in the upper 70s for us, 81 Colville, and even into Kellogg, 74 degrees, higher elevations. Saturday, 82, going to be partly cloudy at times. We're going to have mostly sunny Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, with a chance of showers coming in for Wednesday and Thursday, and about a 30% chance and a cool down, slight cool down.
Slight.
Yes.
Not much of one.
It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up.
Thank you so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Friday morning. I'm going to say TGIF one more time because you probably need to hear it. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby, so we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life affordably. New patients without insurance can get a free complete exam and x-rays and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
I'm Mark Peterson. Every day, 800,000 Washingtonians care for elderly parents, spouses, or other loved ones. AARP and BEC are here to help with a new campaign, Caring for Caregivers. For tips, tools, and resources, visit this website.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Be on alert. There are flames.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
6:53 is your time. Let's get you ready for your Friday and your weekend here in the Morning Sprint.
Last night, the Senate passed a debt ceiling bill to avoid the nation's first ever default. Sydney Charles has the details.
Mark has details on a warm and sunny weekend ahead of us.
Bronte Sorotsky is live, giving us a sneak peek at the Jurassic World Tour.
But first, we want to get to some breaking news here. An 80-year-old man died late last night in Grant County when he was hit by a car. According to Washington State Patrol, Jose Valencia was standing on the shoulder of Highway 17 near Warden when he jumped into the northbound lane and was hit and killed by a car. The driver will not face any charges.
The bipartisan deal to raise the debt ceiling is now heading to the president's desk. The Senate passed the measure just before midnight, a day after the bill won support in the House. In a statement, President Biden thanked Senate leaders for quickly passing the bill and adding, "No one gets everything they want in a negotiation," and calling the bipartisan agreement a big win for our economy and the American people. The deal suspends the debt ceiling until January 2025, pulls back billions in COVID and IRS funding, and preserves programs including Social Security and veterans benefits. Live coverage on the debt ceiling deal is coming up next on Good Morning America.
All right, good morning, everyone. In our First Alert Weather, and that First Alert Weather app still very valid, even with the hot temperatures. 79 our high today. Into Coeur d'Alene, you're going to be at 78 degrees. We're going to have sun, a few clouds. That forecast radar. Yeah, if you're heading over into Montana, get ready for wet weather, cloudy conditions into parts of North Idaho as you cross into Kellogg and up through Lookout Pass. Our weather today is going to be 79 for the high, happening around 4 o'clock. It's looking pretty nice.
After evading treatment for more than a year, a Tacoma woman with tuberculosis is now in police custody. She was detained at her home and booked into a negative pressure room at the Pierce County Jail. A room is set up for isolation and treatment. It's because of the risk of her potentially drug-resistant TB could pose to others. A judge first ordered she be detained in January of last year and issued a civil arrest warrant in March. Then in April, he found her in contempt of court after refusing treatment.
The statue of Navy Ensign John Monahan on Riverside in Monroe has created a lot of controversy, with groups trying to get the statue removed, saying it is offensive. Now the city of Spokane is a step closer to finalizing a process to get that done. Later this month, City Council will vote on an ordinance clearly outlining what it'll take for people to remove city-owned property if they find it offensive. Critics say the statue of the Chewelah native, the plaque at the base, and what's depicted on it is painful to the Pacific Island communities. The statue refers to Samoans as savage foe. The ordinance will go before the City Council June 26th.
Spokane County Medical Examiner says a former Spokane deputy who once ran for sheriff died from natural causes. The Examiner says Craig Chamberlain's death was caused by hypertensive cardiovascular disease. Chamberlain died unexpectedly in late April, leaving behind his 3 daughters. He worked for the Spokane County Sheriff's Office for 25 years, becoming the face of the department as the Public Information Officer, known as Deputy Craig.
The Jurassic World Live Tour is here in Spokane all weekend. The experience will take viewers directly into the world that the films take place, including all of the dinosaurs from the films. We'll have all of that information on what you can expect up on our website.
Well, June is Pride Month, and people in Spokane are already celebrating. Spokane Falls Community College kicked off Pride Month by creating a space for their LGBTQ+ students and faculty. Anti-LGBTQ+ rhetoric across the country is causing some people to scale back their Pride celebrations. Local groups like Odyssey Youth Movement in Spokane offer resources to youth in the area, and they hope that continuing with Pride celebrations this year will help share the message of acceptance and inclusion year-round, especially for LGBTQ+ youth.
The work is done at Duncan Garden in Spokane's Manitou Park. A couple of weeks ago, we showed you volunteers planting 33,000 plants and flowers. This year's theme is bright and bold. The colors haven't burst quite yet, but with our summer-like weather right now, it makes for a beautiful place to take a walk.
And if you're enjoying a walk through the park and need a little pick-me-up, the Park Bench Cafe is now open daily from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. It features Thomas Hammer Coffee, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, panini sandwiches and salads. It also has PB&J or hot dogs for the kids.
And tomorrow is the Friends of Manitou's annual spring plant sale. There are plenty of indoor and outdoor plants to choose from, as well as handmade home and garden decor. You can visit the Friends of Manitou online for a complete list. The sale runs tomorrow, 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. All sales raise funds for projects and activities that support Manitou Park. Back with weather right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Jurassic World Live Tour. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Playing this weekend at Spokane Arena. Great seats still available. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com for details.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
All right, good morning, everybody. A beautiful start to this National Donut Day. Friday. That's blue sky, a little bit of cloud cover, and the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, where Blue will be hanging out all weekend. 79 our high today. Things are looking really good. At 10 o'clock, we're going to be at 65 degrees, still very mild. Saturday, 82. Sunday, 86. In fact, upper 80s as we get into the middle of next week. So, yeah, get ready for the heat because it's sticking around.
Sure is. Holy cow.
All right, so here's to those warmer temperatures.
Okay.
And also, of course, National Donut Day.
Yes.
We've got Donut Parade to munch on. Thanks to the Salvation Army. We're going to enjoy those. We'll be back with an update for you in about 23 minutes.
See you throughout GMA. It starts now.